Hey, welcome back. Did you know that the Bible has a lot to say about money? But even more specifically, it has a lot to say about investing. Well, if you don't know what it says, I want you to stay tuned because we're going to dive into it today. We have our Plans to Prosper Money Management and Planning Journal here, and we are going over Ecclesiastes. If you have your book with you, turn in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verses 1 and 2. Okay, so Ecclesiastes 11, 1 and 2. It says, ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. All right. So when we talked about the parable of the talent, we talked about investing. This particular passage, we're talking about investing. It says invest in 7 ventures, yes, and 8, because you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Now, one thing I know for sure, two things are for certain. Most people could not predict or even know that COVID-19 was going to happen. So if most people could not predict or did not know that COVID-19 was ever going to happen, that was something that was disastrous to our economy. It was disastrous for most people's lives. Most people are still dealing with side effects of having COVID. Some people are even still dealing with side effects of even taking the vaccine. So there are a lot of things that people are experiencing and dealing with just from that one event that happened not that long ago, right? Just a few years ago now. So if we think about that, if we think about life in cycles, and if we think about money having cycles, we know that every 10 years or so, there is some type of financial collapse or emergency or extreme situation that happens from a financial perspective in all of our lives. And although, like COVID-19, we could not predict that it what exactly would happen, there is something that is going to happen. And this particular key passage that we're talking about today, Ecclesiastes 11, 1 and 2, tells us we don't know what disaster is going to come upon the land. So it's best that we invest. Now, I like to talk about this, and I say it time and time and time again. I'm going to continue to say it. How you spend $1 will be how you spend a million. There is no way around that. You know why? Because our thoughts and our habits are formed by our philosophy, and our philosophy is what determines our psychology. And our psychology is how we handle our money, how our thoughts affect our behavior and our habits with our money. So, our philosophy is our thoughts about money, how our thoughts impact our behavior. That is our psychology, right? So, if we're going to change our financial situation, we have to stop looking at money as limited. We have to stop looking and thinking that there is not enough to go around. We have to stop thinking that we have to rob Peter to pay Paul. We have to start thinking from a place of investing first, putting our lazy idle money to work. And all of us have lazy idle money, right? We shouldn't be consuming all that we have, because we know that a farmer doesn't consume all that the seed produces. We know that the farmer does not consume. Some of it he sells, right? Some of it he keeps, some of it he reinvests, or he uses as seed for crops for the next harvest, right? Same thing for us from a financial perspective. We're not supposed to eat every dollar that comes into our hands. We're supposed to use a part of it as seed to invest for our next harvest. And so, if we learn anything from COVID, you can't rely on one income stream. You can't rely on one way to earn money. You can't rely on just a job per se, because a lot of companies folded as a result of what happened. Most companies did not bring back the same number of employees as they had before. And some companies that didn't open their doors altogether, some people are still out of work because of what happened during the last couple years. So we know that if economic collapse, if some type of economic emergency or extreme economic situation, financial situation is going to happen every 10 years or so. We're 5 years now from COVID. It's 2025. So we're now halfway at the halfway point where something else may be on the horizon coming soon from a financial standpoint that is going to come and that is going to shift things for many people drastically financially. So how are you preparing to weather that storm? It says invest in 7 ventures, also 8, because you do not know what disaster may come upon the earth. If you don't know what disaster is supposed to come or will come upon the earth, how do you prepare financially so that you can be able to weather the storm? And I like to talk about things from an agricultural perspective, even though we're not necessarily in an agricultural society. But I think there's so much that we can learn from farmers because they know how to operate with the seed. They know how to put the seed in the ground. They know how to cultivate the land. They know how to give the seed what it needs to grow. But God does the growing behind the scenes, under the ground, the soil, the nutrients, the water. All of those elements come together for the seed to bud and bring forth fruit. Same thing happens for us. God provides us with the ability to earn money. We then take what God has given us, the ability, the skill set that we have to earn money. Then we take that money and we begin to invest it in businesses or real estate or investments that is going to bring a harvest for us. And then we take that harvest. Yes, we can live off a portion. Yes, we reinvest because we do not know what economic situations are going to come in the future. We do not know how the tide is going to shift, and we do not know when it shifts, when it won't be in our favor. So if it's not in your favor, how do you begin to set up your finances in a way that you're able to weather the storm when it comes? Because we know the storm is going to come. It's about whether you're able or in position to be able to navigate and move through the storm without the current taking you under. So I just want to jump on and share that with you all today. You have to make investing a part of your strategy. You have to make sure that you're putting your lazy, idle money to work, right? You can't be spending and you can't be consuming all that you have because then you won't be able to put yourself in a position to be able to navigate the storms. You won't be able to come out unscathed. You won't be in the position where you can really truly thrive, and you'll constantly be like the hamster on the wheel, just running, running, running really fast, but not making any progress. So just want to jump on and share that with you all today. This has been your word for the week. Again, if you don't have your Plan to Prosper journal, I would advise you to get one. They are available on Amazon. That is what I take my notes in as I study, as I research, as I do my deep dives into what I want to share with you all financially. It gives you a place up front that you could put your financial goals for the year, because how do you hit a target you cannot see, right? You have to put your goals in front of you. You have to decide and determine how much you want to earn, how much you want to have saved, how much you want to have invested. And then you reverse engineer that thing in order to be able to position yourself to put the pieces in place so that those goals can then become your reality by the end of the year. So I just want to share that with you all today. My name is LaKeisha Mallett. I want to wish you all an amazingly prosperous day. Be positive, be prosperous. Bye bye.